So we're going to start a new unit on systems of equations now that we're done with graphing inequalities. We'll come back to systems of inequalities once we learn how to graph a system. A system of equations is a group of two or more equations. Now we are going to focus on mostly two. They'll have a couple of systems where we have more than two, but mostly for our purposes we'll do two. There are three possible solutions to a system of equations. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how we graph in y equals mx plus b to find a solution. So here in number one we have y equals 2x minus 3 and y equals negative x plus 3. So what we need to do is we need to graph both of those. So I'm going to start with my y-intercept of negative 3 down here. And I'm going to count up to and over 1. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on my graph here. Up to and over 1, up to and over 1. Now these are equations, so we're going to just draw our line. Okay, I'm going to change color here for my second equation. We'll use red. And this one was plus 3 for my y-intercept. But now I'm going down 1 and over 1. And you'll see right there, I have an overlap of coordinates right here. And that is going to be the solution to our system. A solution is going to be the coordinate, in this case, 2, 1, that is a xy coordinate that works for both equations in our system. So if I plugged in 1 equals 2 times 2 minus 3, 4 minus 3, 1 equals 1, and I can come over here and I say 1 is equal to negative 2 plus 3, which is also 1 equals 1. So they both work. So this is going to be your most common solution to a system. It says the lines intersect or cross at exactly 1 point. Okay, so this is the solution to this particular system. The solution must be written as an ordered pair. Okay, and again, one solution is the most common solution to a system. Number 2 here, again, we're going to graph. This is y equals negative x plus 3, which we had a minute ago. So if I zoom in, plus 3, this doesn't want to, and it was down 1 and over 1. And then my second equation is negative x minus 3. So if I change color here, negative x, here's minus 3, and that is down 1 over 1. So if you look, a couple of things happen. One, hopefully, you noticed that these slopes are the same. Right? So if we have the same slope, we've talked about this, that means our lines are parallel. So if you look, my lines aren't super straight here, but these lines are never going to intersect. So there is no solution to this system because parallel lines never intersect, and a solution to a system is where they intersect. So we're going to say the lines are parallel because they have the same slope. And when the lines are parallel, the lines will never intersect. Therefore, there is no solution. So far we've had one solution, now we've had no solution. So on the back here, let's graph this one. And again, this first one is, x plus 3, no problem. So I'm going to, here, I need to zoom in for this to work, plus 3. and rise 1, run 1. And then, now the second equation is not solved for y, so I'm going to have to divide everything by 2. And I get y equals 2 divided by 2 is 1, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Oh, that's the same equation. Well, I could graph it in a different color, and it's simply going to overlap this line. So what that means is these are the exact same equations. So we have infinite solutions. Okay, every point on the line is a solution. So what's curious about these two equations? They are exactly the same. How many times do the lines intersect? They intersect an infinite amount. So there are infinite solutions when the lines are the same. So remember, if it's the exact same line, every coordinate's going to work. So let's recap here. The three types of solutions to a system are, we have one solution, that is the point in which they intersect. We have no solutions, and that is when they are parallel, same slope. And then we have infinite solutions, and that is when the equations are the same or identical. All right. So what I'd like you to look at down here, we've been working on standard form. This is a review. Oftentimes, equations are going to be written in standard form, and when we start doing word problems, we're going to find that standard form is the most common way to write an equation for real world. This is different than what we've seen before, so you just need to move some things around. We've talked about standard form to y equals until you have slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b. And we said the way you do that is simply move ax and divide by b. Now this one doesn't have a b, so we just have y equals negative x minus 3. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and change these to y equals mx plus b, and I will see you tomorrow or on Monday.